Hello folks, this is Eva of Eva's Soap Basket, and I am trying out a new fragrance today. I'm trying out a fragrance by Crafter's Choice, and it is their Sweet Honeysuckle Fragrance. I'm doing it in a basic 2-pound batch, a combination of olive oil, coconut, shea butter, and castor oil in order of quantities. I have already added some white kaolin clay to my main oils, about 1 tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon, and blended that in. And I'm using liquid blend, half water, half kombucha tea that I've already dissolved my lye in. So it is ready. My average temperature, my oils are at 116 and my lye is at 114. And I've already prepared a couple colors. My main color I'm going to be testing a new color by Brambleberry, their evergreen mica. I figure honeysuckle, they have a nice green vine. They usually grow in a wooded area, so I want that to be my main color, but I'm going to hold back some of my main batter for just the basic white of the kaolin and the natural color of the batter. And I'm going to add a little yellow, which I'm using a Crafter's Choice color, the Banana Boat Yellow Mica powder for that. So let's see how it goes. We'll see. I don't know if it accelerates or anything, so we'll find out. I already have it measured out. So I'm using about 7/8 of an ounce. And you can see it's a little bit yellowish, the color, but not real bad. Not real strong. Alright, let's go. I'm just going to put this in and then I'll add my fragrance to my color since I don't know how it's going to act. I just want to emulsify it and then I'll pour it in my color pots. That's emulsified. You can see it's sticking to my blender, so that shows it's emulsified. I always like to give my blender a little rinse. Color, my yellow, there we go. I think I'll add a little more yellow. I only used about 1/4 teaspoon. I wasn't sure how yellow it would be, how strong the color would be. So I'm going to add another 1/4 teaspoon roughly. You can see what it looks like. I've discovered, even though the kombucha tea makes the liquid, like you can see my batter looks a little bit tan now, as it cures, just within a few days it becomes more pale. You can see how it looks now. It's a little beigeish, pale tan. It does pale up a little bit. It won't go completely white, but it does become fairly pale. Alright, now I'm going to add my green to the main. And I'm going to use a good teaspoon and see what that looks like. I am doing my best not to use my blender any more than I need to, just in case the fragrance does accelerate. I have already, it's still at thin batter to start with before I add the fragrance. Alright, that worked really well. That teaspoon of the evergreen mica. That turned out a nice, it's well named. It is kind of like an evergreen green. I don't know if you can see that there. Alright. It looks like it's stirred all the way down to the bottom. Alright, now, I did that. Now I'm going to add some of my fragrance and see what happens. Just a dash. Bring this up where you can see things. Just a dash to the white, dash to the yellow, and the rest in the green. It's my whisk pump. I should have gone white, yellow to green. Well, it doesn't seem to be making it rice or anything. You can see it's still looking good and fluid at this point. So that's good. See how the white looks? And this blending right in. It seems to be behaving. I know I tested a jasmine fragrance. It was an older fragrance I got from someone else that was destashing. And it was by Lavender Lane Forever, and it was a beautiful, they smell wonderful jasmine. It's a beautiful jasmine fragrance. But it accelerated. Well, it riced. And so I definitely had to get creative. So far so good with this Sweet Magnolia fragrance by Crafters. I'm liking that. Put my whisker, my thermometer out of the way. Okay. I'm not planning anything fancy with this swirl. I'm going to do it this way. And my table is not perfectly level, so I improvise. I do want this to be a little thicker. I'm going to do, well, I'll just do my green with my blender, otherwise I'll fill my other colors up with air. I will need that. Yeah. This green color is really pretty. I like it. I'll put a little more of a base in it. Yeah, I reuse these potato salad pots that we've, from us getting potato salad from Walmart in the past, and I can reuse them several times. They work great, and they're flexible. I can pick it up with one hand and pour out of it. So it's a win-win for me, and it recycles. This batter's still thin enough. My color can settle a little bit, so I'm stirring it every time. We have a lot of the, I guess it's Japanese honeysuckle around here. And they're pretty much white, but they have a little yellow in them. So that's part of the idea around my scheme with the white, mostly green with some white and yellow. Okay. Go ahead and pour some of this off into my extra containers. My recipe makes a little more than will fit in the Crafter's Choice. This mold, this rectangle mold, the 2-pound. So if I use full water, it ends up making a little more than is actually needed. But it gives me an opportunity to make just a handful of little gift size sample bars. So that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I make these little square size and sometimes I make others. So now we'll go ahead and get this. And I'm going to go ahead and swirl it. I definitely like to scrape stuff out. I've discovered the more I scrape it out, the less I have to clean up, the less work it is later. So, plus, why waste soap? So, I made more yellow than I really need, but there we go. I'll be curious to see how this color actually cures, because it still looks like I can still see that mica glittery look to it, even in the batter. So I'm curious to see, maybe this one, it has a fairly good pH toughness, so it can take the tolerance, pH tolerance, that's what I'm looking for. So, there we go. That's it. Okay, I'm leaving it alone now. I'm going to put it in the oven for a few minutes. I found that when it's humid here, which it's very humid here in the summer, and it's May now, it gets that soda ash, that white powder on it much easier. So I put it in the oven for a few minutes. It dries that top up and seals it, and it doesn't seem to get the soda ash as badly. So all in all, I so far really like this fragrance. It smells really nice. It has a fairly true honeysuckle smell. We already have some honeysuckle flowers blooming, and you can smell it on the breeze at night. It smells so good. I love it. The evenings cool off, you can go out inside and enjoy it, and you smell that honeysuckle. So this smells really good. It does smell like honeysuckle. Alright, once I cut it, I'll show you a picture of the cut soap. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, this is the Sweet Honeysuckle by Crafter's Choice soap that I had made. So I'm going to be cutting it as well. I'm just cutting everything I made yesterday. And figured I'd let you know how it went. It looks good. It smells really good. The scent doesn't have any weird overtones or anything like we sometimes get when we first soap, and then it fades off as it ages. But I had put a little white and yellow in there. I wish I'd put a little more white. This piece just has a, but I wanted it to be mostly green, so that's what that looks like. Doesn't look like any color changes. And so that's what these are looking like, and they smell really good. It has, at this point, it does have a little more of the green type of scent. You know how carnations have that crisp edge to their floral? That's what I smell. I mean, it's definitely honeysuckle, but it has a little bit of that crisp green note to it at this point. After a week, I'll have a little better idea of how the true scent will be. So that's what they look like. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.